Episode 5 of The White Lotus came on last night. A lot happened this episode. It was honestly very stressful. So many bad things could happen this episode, and some of them did, so let's talk about it. First off, these ladies had quite the night. I was very anxious for them. Did they go out with the guys? They're partying and stuff. Jacqueline's really letting her insecurity shine through in this episode. She is just constantly like aware of how people see her. She's constantly like trying to come off as young and fun, making eye contact with that group of women that were watching her dancing with the guys. I think she's just constantly aware of how people view her, and she is obviously very insecure about her own relationship. Her much younger partner is not answering the phone, so she's just trying to, I think, remind herself like, hey, I'm young, I'm fun. But I mean, we all knew she was going to backstab Lori at the end of this episode. Not a great friend. And like the whole time, honestly, I was just stressed out for Kate, even though she's, proven to not have the best judgment. She honestly was the only one with the voice of reason in this whole episode going like, hey, maybe we should call it a night. Poor Chelsea is missing Rick. She's trying to get in touch with him, but he's not answering the phone because he's meeting up with Sam Rockwell. That was a surprise cameo. I was very happy to see Sam Rockwell, and his monologue was very interesting. I just love Sam Rockwell. I think he's a great actor, and that's so cool that he's in the show with his honey and Leslie Bibb. Like, that's great. But while she's upset that she can't get in touch with Rick, she just goes, well, oh well. She decides to party with her friend and party with the Ratliff boys. And yikes. I was so uncomfortable watching these two share a kiss. Yeah, little bro was a little bit too into it for my liking. I'm just like waiting for something terrible to happen to either one of these guys. I wouldn't be too terribly mad. It happened to the older bro here because he's just kind of a piece of work. The kiss was too much for me. Belinda is trying to get anyone in this hotel to recognize like, hey, I'm in danger. Greg, Gary, whatever he goes by now, knows that I know, and he's asking about me. And so like that one guy at the front who just completely just blows her off and is like, I don't think we should be gossiping about the guests like this. No help. Thankfully, she got some protection in this episode. And I did see another creator on TikTok. I'm so sorry, I do not remember your name. I looked up what lizards represent. They said that lizards typically represent protection. There was like an iguana in her room. But then I'm like, they took it out of the room. So like, does that mean she no longer has protection? I was hoping she's protected because I love Belinda, and yikes. Just hope she's not hurt because protect Belinda. Victoria here is about to lose it. I'm at the point where I'm like, does she not know what's going on with her husband? I don't know. When Piper was telling her like, hey, I'm staying here for a year, Victoria was very concerned about what everyone would think of her daughter, what people would think of them. Victoria has some things to work through, but not as much as her husband. Yeah, so he stole a gun. And Gay Talk, like, why didn't you just go up to him once and go, hey, I think you have something in mind? And he was like, don't know what you're talking about. Gay Talk just kind of gave up after one try to get that gun back. Mr. Ratliff, he almost does it. He almost, he writes a note to say goodbye, and thankfully Victoria comes out right in time. Is all this stress gonna push him over the edge into doing something stupid? I don't know. And I'm glad he didn't succeed in his attempt, because honestly, I don't know if Piper would have survived the guilt. She probably would have associated, oh, like me telling him this news caused him to do this. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that would be rough. If he knew what his sons were doing, maybe he would have done it. The ancestral thing it's a little bit too much. A lot happened this episode, and I'm very interested to see what happens next. I think we only have like 3 episodes left, so I feel like every episode going forward is just gonna also feel like this episode, like big ball of anxiety, just waiting to see when the other shoe's gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the pace was really quick. I really enjoyed this episode, but yeah, it made me extremely anxious.